What kind of person do you want to be after you graduate? Do you think that your studies, your degree, will affect the kind of person that you will become as you use your degree in business or in management? I want to tell you a story. It's about a very successful businessman. He had great connections with the government. He had lots of money. He made lots of profit. He was somebody that people would pay so that he could give them benefits. He was a connection. But he didn't use his power very well. He actually was very corrupt. And he used people to make more money. People needed to know him so that they could buy and they could sell and they could trade. They were nice to his face. And they said nice things to him. But when he wasn't around, they didn't like him. And they didn't want to be with him. They didn't say nice things about him. This man actually existed. And his name was Zacchaeus. He was a tax collector in one of the busiest economic hubs of his day. He worked for the Roman Empire. And he collected more taxes than he should. And he favored businesses that he shouldn't. And he stole from families. So much so that while people said nice things to his face, he was a social outcast. No one invited him anywhere. No one wanted to be with him. And no one said nice things behind his back. Zacchaeus had everything someone could want from a world's perspective. He was rich. He was well known. He was well connected. He had high status, but he was very empty inside. When Zacchaeus heard that this teacher was coming named Jesus, Zacchaeus wanted to spend time with him. He actually hid from the society so that he could look at Jesus. He was hiding in a very thick tree with very big leaves on it. And Jesus was walking, and Jesus saw him up in the tree. And he called Zacchaeus by name. And he said, Zacchaeus, I want to come eat at your house today. This was revolutionary for Zacchaeus because nobody wanted to spend time with him. Nobody wanted to come to his house to eat. And being someone who was very interested in who this Jesus was, Zacchaeus opened his home. And in that encounter that we read about in Luke chapter 19, we see that Zacchaeus became a new creation from his encounter with Christ. And after he met Christ personally, he didn't leave business. He actually was a new kind of businessman. He gave back what he stole. He no longer used his connections to use people for his own gain, but he used his profits to give to those who had need. He actually gave to the poor, those that didn't have anything. He was a new kind of person in his business, a new kind of tax collector. You see, when we meet Christ personally and we understand our studies from a biblical perspective, we know that true knowledge of any faculty, of any field, but especially business, comes from knowing Christ. That's why we have true knowledge, faith in Christ, and that leads to godly character. The reality of education is it is helping you become the person you will be in business. And the question is, what kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be like Zacchaeus before he met Christ? Very profitable, high status, very well connected, comfortably, materially? Or do you want to be the kind of person that Zacchaeus was after he met Christ? Understanding how to rightly relate to business. Understanding how to use his role in the economy of his day for a purpose greater than his own comfort and his own ease. Someone who used his power to serve others. Someone who had a bigger mission and a bigger goal than just his own self-fulfillment and comfort. What kind of businessman do you want to be? Having faith in Christ and understanding education from a Christian perspective changes everything.